Hello, hello, hello. Today we are looking at the Cossack, the Tier 8 British premium destroyer. Now this came out over December, in fact it was actually a few months ago, and there's a few different ways you could get it. The first one was you could just go to the premium shop and purchase it, which was a very nice way. The other one was to grind guineas in something similar to the Prince Eitel Friedrich's directives, where you got a guinea for completing each directive. You got 4 guineas a week, and then you had to save up, I think it was 40 or 50, I can't remember exactly. You would never quite get enough. You were going to be too shy, which means you had to go and purchase yourself a couple of guineas in the premium shop. Nobody bought 1 though, or 2, because that was silly, because you could buy 10 for the price of 1. Which then means you only have to grind 30 of the guineas, and then that's how I got my Cossack. So there we go, brilliant. And I'm pretty sure quite a lot of you did the same thing. Anyway, looking at the Cossack today, I think this ship is well worth purchasing. Whichever way you manage to get it, this thing is amazing. It has 4x2 guns of 120mm. It has 1 torpedo tube, 4 launchers in it, which reloads exceedingly quickly of 66 seconds, which is just ridiculous. It's got a phenomenal concealment of 5.5 kilometers. There is 2 ships in the game. Yeah, you're right. 2 ships in the game that outspot this ship. That is the Kigero and the HSF Harakaze. That's it. They've both got 5.4. That is just insane. Okay? With the gunpowder on this ship, which you'll see in the game later on, it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay? Anyway, we're going to go into the build for both my captain. This is the captain I'm currently using in it. And on my modules and stuff. But we'll go into the modules first. So you don't have much choice about what you can choose here. It is pretty much locked in. So you just got to decide which ones you want to take premium, and which ones you don't. I take premium for everything, because why not? I might as well. Upgrades. The obligatory main armaments mod 1. I don't see a choice of taking anything else. The second one, I have taken propulsion mod 1. Now you could take the hydro mod here, because you do have a hydro, extending the duration of your hydro, which would be quite good. I've then taken aiming systems mod 1, which works perfectly fine. I've taken steering gears mod 2, because like the Daring, and for every other British destroyer, you cannot take the acceleration module, because you don't need it, because it's pre-built into the ship. So if you could, the acceleration on these things would be better than a Ferrari F40. So let's be fair, okay? Being able to knock down your rudder shift, it's maneuverability, not concealment, rudder shift to 2.9 seconds is actually really nice. And with the acceleration that you have, it's great. And then obviously to get that 5.5 kilometer concealment, you need to take concealment systems mod 1. Moving on to the captain. So I always take priority target. Okay, you'll see this in a lot of my builds. Okay, I prefer priority target to preventative maintenance. The reason being is I like to understand when I need to disengage. So if I'm spotted while I'm firing in a destroyer, and that number doesn't say 2 or 3, I'm not too worried. Okay, so that information I find exceedingly useful. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't know how many people are targeting me, so then I wouldn't know when I need to disengage, when I need to pop that smoke screen, when I need to get behind that island. Okay, it's the information this provides is phenomenal. So that's why I like priority target over preventative maintenance. I've then gone last stand, which is a must for every destroyer. Maneuverability is life. Not taking last stand as your first 2-point skill probably means death. Then I've gone with survivability expert. I want to get my health pull up. You'll note that I have not taken superintendent. I don't think I need it potentially on this ship at all, because I've already got 6 smoke screens. So, and I've got 3 of each of the other consumables. So Why would I want to take Superintendent? I think having 6 smoke and 3 of each of the others is great. And then Concealment Expert, okay, to get that reduction down to 5.5 kilometers. Now, please note that the other ships in this, detectability by cruisers, battleships, and aircraft carriers, at this point in filming, we're in patch 7.12. They've got 12, 14, and 16 respectively. There is talk and is being shown in PTS at the moment that Concealment Expert is going to change in patch 8.0, okay, alongside the carrier rework. That all ship detectability will be reduced by 10% with Concealment Expert. So at this point in filming, this is the build, this is what you get at the moment. Going forward though, what would I be looking at? Well, definitely want to get myself a radio location. I find this overly useful. I think it's phenomenal. I would possibly be looking into basic firing training as well because of the gun caliber. It's less than 139mm, which means I'm going to get faster reload on my guns, which would be fantastic. I'd also be possibly looking at Smokescreen Expert is always a useful one. Getting Jack of all trades in there to get my smoke back up faster and everything else back up faster as well. So I think Jack of all trades would be fantastic. You do not need Expert Marksman. So I'm probably going to end up going radio location, then BFT, and then Jack of all trades. That's probably the route I'm going to end up following. Okay, so that's the build. We're going to go into the game now, and let's see how we get on. So here we are on Sea of Fortune. I have picked this game because I'm bottom tier, okay? I'm teamed up with Oz in his Otago B. He loves that ship. And he got it out of a crate, the lucky devil. And, yeah, so there's a few things to note here. There's a Z-52 on the enemy team. They've got another couple of destroyers. But again, like I said in the build-up to this, I'm not scared of being spotted by enemy destroyers, okay? I feel that I can take them on. The guns on this thing are fantastic, and you'll see that later on. I actually go hunting a Z-52. So yeah, so there's that side of it. Also, my concealment of 5.5 kilometers allows me to push into places that you normally wouldn't go. Now, I'm not the fastest ship in the game. I've only just hit 35 knots, and that's okay. I end up getting around about the 36 mark. That's fine. I don't think you need much more. I do have a speed boost, unlike most other British destroyers. Like the Jutland there doesn't get it, but that is okay. Anyway, what's happening? So we're on Sea of Fortune, like I said. We've got domination here, so I'm going to push towards the sea cap. This is normally a big one. I recommend not going towards B at the very, very beginning on this game, especially from the north. From the south, it's not so bad, but from the north, you don't really have anywhere to hide. And unless you're going to go on the A side of the islands that are between A and B and come into the little gap there and cap in that little gap. But overall, I would recommend not going that way. A and C are the two places to go, and then you move into B from that and hold B and stop them from pushing up past B and retaking B. But anyway, the Jutland is pushed into C, and I'm going to back him up. We spot some battleships straight away here. I can see what's going on. We've already lost our Shimakaze over at A, killed by the Z-52. Not a good start for our team. But anyway, Jutland. This is something else I would recommend not doing. So he's currently sat broadside in a cap. We don't know what's south of us. We don't know if... Well, we know the Z-52's not there, and we know that something's capping B, and I expect that's a destroyer also. So... But we don't know if there's anything else coming south of C. Now, luckily enough, we've both got Hydro. I'm hoping that the Jutland is popped as Hydro. But sitting still in a cap like that is normally a bad thing to do, because you can get torped. And yes, you've got fantastic acceleration. Yes, you might have a Hydro. which will give you much better knowledge of what's going on. So, yeah, right. So we've taken C. I'm now going to move towards B. I know there's something in there now. If I was in B, where would I be capping? Oh, I'm detected by either a hydro or a radar. I expect that's a radar. I'm going to be capping around about there. Okay, I'm just going to move it. It's Des Moines. Okay, well, I'm spotted. I might as well actually start shooting at him. Just try and juke these shells. He doesn't know where I am. I fired my torps at a location where I think the enemy destroyer is. Okay? Because that's where I would be, roughly. That's kind of the position I would take if I was going to do it that early. Taking some damage. I'm still spotted. The radar is still on. Thankfully, nothing else is targeting me. There's 8 there. I reckon that is the Yugumo that was there. It was the Yugumo, and I got him. See what I mean? So just guessing, having to think about where you would position yourself if you were doing that. Okay? And then firing your torpedoes in that rough direction. Okay? It's a good way of predicting roughly where things might be, especially if you don't have RPF. But there we go, we've dealt with one destroyer, we've got rid of the Yugumo. The Z-52 is still around here somewhere. On the side, we know he was on the side, and the Des Moines there has used the radar. Right, we've just lost our Minotaur. Okay, the Kagero, is that the Kagero? No, it's the Sasho, sorry. It's on the other side. Right, so I'm going to fire on my torps. They're already reloaded. 66 seconds. Absolutely brilliant. And it would be faster if I had a higher skill point captain. Oh, right, there you go. There's the Z-52. Okay, so I know where he is now. I am not spotted. 5.5. Now I am. I'm going to start firing at him. Damage, I've got 3.5k damage in a single salvo. It's just brilliant. It's 1,000. Right, okay, so I now know where the Z-52 is. So it's my job to not let him push round this corner. Okay? I do not want him to get into the flank of my team. I'm going to protect my car first. I fired those torps at the 2 Montanas there. I don't know if I get a hit or not. There's only 2 turrets on this, which I did get a hit. There's only 2 turrets on this boat that aren't. So 2 turrets are complete 360s, and then the other 2 aren't. They have to do complete turns. But the turret traverse is fast enough not to worry about it. So yeah, so I'm going to hold this position. And I'm going to hold this position because I know that he's going to come around that corner. Okay. Right, so I'm going to start firing at him. Now I expect him to smoke up and to hit his hydro. There we go. Get as much damage on him while I can. There we go, he's got his thing on. So I know how far that is. It's 5.9, 6 kilometers basically. So get out with 6 kilometers, no longer sees me. Excellent, right. Again, this is why you take last stand. I'm still maneuvering. My engine is still working. It's not working at full pace, even though it's been taken out. But if I hadn't, I would have to have used my repair party there, which would have meant that I would have had to had the chance of it happening again. I didn't want to do that. I just want to let it run out. That's fine. I don't have any worries. So I'm now going to move around a little bit, using the 5.5 kilometer circle on my mini map there. Okay, making sure that that is always further away from where the Z-52 was last spotted. Okay, giving me a rough idea of where that is. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Now I fired my torps in there just to make him move. There he is. Right. Let's finish him off. Not with that shot, I won't. Getting a hand now from Oz in the Otago. Let's finish him off. Excellent. Right. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to smoke up. I'm going to try and get some fires onto this Montana. So this is my first smoke screen. Just going to fire some torps randomly in that direction. I'm expecting him to them to turn in a little bit to move away from the torpedoes.
Engine boost deactivated.
Just see the overall gunpowder on this boat. It's just fantastic. I've got to admit, you can do something very similar with the Lightning. You don't get as many guns, but the Lightning can be built in exactly the same way and be played in exactly the same way. I love the Lightning as well. I prefer the Cossack, but I love the Lightning. Alright, okay, so that's my smoke screen finished. It's back up again in 20 seconds now, which is fantastic. I'm up to 56,000 damage. That's another fire. I'm going to push in. I'm not worried about anything spotting me now. There's an Asashio, but he's all the way down south. He was last spotted all the way down south. Look at that. Our Jutland is pushed through. Our team has got C well and truly ours. So it's now our job to stop them pushing through. They cannot get through this spot. Another one of the party tricks of Cossack is the single torpedoes. Gonna smoke up again. This is what I love about British destroyers. I've decided I just want to use my guns now. I'm gonna fire some torpedoes just in case, you know. We're back up in 66 seconds. That's okay. I'm just gonna get some damage with my guns. And if I can get some fire set on them, then that's consistent dot damage. Okay, yes, they get to heal it all back. But it makes them think. I've got one fire on him. I'm going to move on to the Musashi there, because he's now starting to push. So I want to get out, okay? I do not want him to get within 5.5 of me. So, making sure I'm staying that 5.5 away, and I've now got single torps up and ready to rock and roll, okay? This Musashi, I feel, is going to keep moving the same speed. I've been watching that white line, okay, for quite some time. I gave it about 10-20 seconds just to see what he was doing, to see if he was actually changing his directions, and I don't feel he was. Montana is looking really low. He's on 1500 HP. Somebody should kill him. Excellent. I was done the job for us. So I fired 4 single torps there at Musashi. Look at that. Okay? At no point has he slowed down. At no point has he changed course. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. Doesn't kill him, but that is still full power hit. There's nothing he can do there. And the curve first finishes him off. Great job by the curve first. He took a lot of damage doing it, but he finished him off, which is fantastic. Right, so they're down to 5 ships. One of them is an Asashio, though. I still don't know where he is. It's been a long time since he was last discovered. Our Jutland is dead. So it's basically up to me with my remaining hit points to go and find him. Now, I'm quite comfortable taking on an Asashio in a one-on-one fight. What I don't want to see, though, is a Cleveland there. So I really need him taken down.
Much obliged.
That was the curve first thanking me. I thank him back because he did a great job. He's now turning around to try and deal with the ship's wing. Right, there's the Asashio. We've spotted him. Okay. They're now starting to do a push with the Zau and the Hindenburg up the 8-10 line. I'm pretty sure our Minotaur can deal with that. Nope, the Minotaur's dead. Okay. Our Zau is doing a push on the Des Moines. And the Cleveland. He doesn't have to worry too much about the Asashio except for guns. But I'm going to push in for A now. I'm going to use my concealment. I'm going to move all the way in. I know the Asashio's moving this way because I can see him on the minimap. The Des Moines is almost dead. Cleveland is dead, but so is our Zau. Des Moines is almost dead. I don't know which way the Sashio's gone. Excellent, Des Moines taken down. So there's no more raiders. So the only thing I've got to worry about now is an Asashio with his guns. But I don't know exactly which way. Now, if I was the Asashio, I'd been moving into this gap here, right in front of me, so I could torp the battleship. Now, you might have done that. Takes out one of my guns, so it's a bit more of an even fight. I just reload faster than he does. And I also seem to be hitting harder than him. There we go. Up against other destroyers. No worries whatsoever. Taken out. And we'll cap this one out. So this has now got all 3 caps. Up to 127,000 damage. Almost 128,000. We're bottom tier. Let's not forget that. We have stopped to push dead in its tracks. Moving on the north side of A, where there was 2 Montanas, a Z-52 and a Musashi. Okay, now yes, we had a lot of help from a Kurfürst and an Oz in the Otago, but just the sheer presence of the torpedoes coming from this ship, the gunpowder from this ship, the fact that nothing could have outspotted me except for that Asashio there. That's another, actually, that's the 3rd ship. Sorry, I said 2 earlier. 3rd ship which can outspot you is the Asashio B, with the 5.4 kilometer concealment. And that's it. There's 1,000 points with the next tick. It's a fantastic ship, guys. I highly recommend it. As you can see, 6 torpedo hits, 3 kills, 4 fires, 127,820 damage. 1 assisted capture, 1 capture. Absolutely amazing. Yes, we got lucky with the torps against the Yugomo. It was a good guess. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I would really appreciate you to hit the subscribe button just down below, and I will catch you all soon.